So I've had some building materials laying around for a while from cleanup and left over from building, and I've kind of been on a MacGyver redneck streak. First, as I've done in my other videos, we got the tree house working out up here, little by little. Got a good platform up there that you can get up on, and I got to get some parts built up there and then get a railing system on it and finish the floor in the back. I went over and helped my brother move, and he gave me his heavy bag. I love this thing. Just fun to wail on and punch. But I'd also found some like old metal fencing posts and stuff like that. And so I spent today getting them drove in. So just got a piece of pipe there that I split in half and then taped together. Like I said, this is real MacGyver redneck engineering. Got one on each side. Some rope through to a pipe here for a handle. So I got one of these on each side. On little home gym resistance training. So obviously, Biden has been confirmed the president-elect by the Electoral College. To say I'm disheartened is kind of an understatement. I'm not really surprised. It was basically, we knew that if it went to the Electoral College without any changes, that the electors were going to have to vote in accordance with the popular vote of their districts. But at the same time, I don't know. I was hoping for a last-minute miracle on that front. We're not out of options, but the way forward now is quite a bit harder. I gotta tell you that it's not going to be good for conservatives in a Harris-Biden administration. He had already started aligning himself with people who push abortion very hard, push LGBTQ very hard, past tolerance. They want to force acceptance on us. Now, you can make a law that says something's legal. You can't make somebody like it. And when you try to pass laws that force people to act like they like something that they don't agree with, that's communism. It's dictatorship. But here's the good news. See, up until now, we have been fighting back in new ways for our movement, our belief system, the people who align us with our movement, if you will, or our party. We've not been used to protesting and fighting against and calling out against something that was being done unfair, not for a long time. Now, we are the underdogs fighting against an established system. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I know how to fight like that. It's going to turn into a more localized resistance. It's going to turn into, as before, you had to go to your capitals. You had to go to your, places where a lot of people were gathering to make a big noise. Now, it's going to fall more to the individual than ever before. When they come through and they try to force something, it's going to come to the individual to stand up and say, I'm not going to do that, it's not right. It's going to come to small groups who won't give in to a government impeding on your freedom of speech, your freedom of choice, your freedom of your freedom of worship, because they're going to come for that next. They'll put their nose into our churches and tell us what can and can't be said from the pulpit, and it's going to come to the small individual churches to stand against and say, no, it is our right to worship and to believe the way that we believe. Now, the good news about that is Christians have been doing that for a very long time. We got a break for a while. We got a chance for a while to do it almost completely unimpeded. Now we have to go back. We have to get back on our knees. We have to fortify our resistance. We have to quit ourselves like men, to gird ourselves with the armor of God and prepare ourselves to stand against an onslaught of the enemy. And we have to be ready as soon as there is a call or a chance to expose just how bad what's going on is. We have to be ready to lend our voice at a moment's notice when an injustice is done by the system, and pray. We are entering territory that is spelled out in our roots. The battle plan for the time ahead is in our DNA as Christians. It's in our DNA as Americans. To look at a governing system that is trying to lord over us for their own power and say, we have the power, we are the people, you won't do this. Soldiers of God, soldiers of America, red, white, and blue-blooded patriots. We know what to do next. I'll be praying with you, you pray with me, alright?